So we're talking today about how you are using Twitter for good. So you had a teacher reach out, and they're like, "Hey, listen, AC unit
Right.
in my classroom." So first of all, what is the latest with the correspondence between you and the teacher? Are you guys working to get this fixed?
I've not heard anything back
Okay.
based on that direct tweet. But look, I've got kids in public schools, and I've not heard of instances where air conditioners aren't being fixed. But if they're not being fixed, tell me about it, and I want to be helpful. Just like I've been helpful on the school resource officers. You know, we supplement my budget. Last two budgets supplement dollars to have JSO, Jacksonville Sheriff Police officers, supplement the public safety needs. And if there's air units that aren't being fixed, I'll assess and figure out how to be helpful.
Where would you get that money from?
Again, we would. There's a way to do it. So we're going to make an assessment now. If we actually hear that there's ways we can be helpful, I will do what my team does and figure it out and help solve the problem.
Now on social media, we know everyone has an opinion. So what do you say to the people who say, "Look, that's a shame. Why did this person have to tweet him to get a response?" What do you say to those people?
They can email me. They can call my office. And I act when I see there's a need. I act and try to solve a problem. And I would say, look, yeah, social media can be pretty nasty at times, but it can also be useful and helpful, as in this case, you know. And I've used it in other situations where a tweet is not for the intended audience of followers. If it's something of substance, you guys in the media pick it up and it communicates to the public, which is helpful.
And have you heard from any other teachers?
I think we've gotten 4 emails.
How do the responses you've gotten reflect on DCPS's leadership or management, in your opinion?
Look, again, I'm not aware of air conditioning units, for example, not being fixed. But when I have someone hit me on social media that says I'm a teacher, my air conditioner doesn't work, if that's the case and there's no plan to fix it, that's a problem. I don't know that to be the case, so I wouldn't be able to express an opinion on that, thoughtful opinion.
Where's the line between what you fix and what the district fixes? Where's kind of that separation?
I just want to be helpful, and it's like we're helpful with the school resource officers. And look, it's my hope that I said before, I wish that the leadership in our public schools would get agreement on equity for all public schools, which includes charters, and agreed upon timeline that our city council can vote on to say, let's put it on the ballot. I'll sign it, and we'll go November 2020, and I'll be all in.
Okay, and just so that no assumptions will be drawn, because again, we know how social media is.
Right.
So some people are trying to assume that there is shade in your tweet when you said, if your management can't fix basic needs like air conditioning, we will. So just kind of clear that up.
Look, tweets I think can be misunderstood. My point was, if you've got air conditioning units that are not working and they're not being fixed, or you've got it requested, that's a problem. I just want to be helpful.
And what's the latest on the half-cent sales tax? Because we know now there are 2 lawsuits involved. And
I think it's unfortunate that they've chosen the route to go to the litigation route. I stand ready. It's very, very simple. It's very simple. Collaborate with all constituents and stakeholders. Reach an agreement with folks on equity for all public schools, which includes charter schools. You want to pass a $2 billion tax? Carve something out for public charter schools. Get agreement on that. And I understand. So I asked for a timeline months ago, and I understand they gave that timeline to City Council the night before or the day of the vote, which I don't understand. I think they should have had time to look at it in advance. But reach agreement on that, and I'll sign the bill, and I'll go campaign for it. I'll lead the charge to pass this tax. Also important to note, I believe Fishweir School is one of the schools they've used as an example of a school in need. That school is in the 11th year. So think about that. If you are a parent or a constituent and you're going to vote on a tax, make sure you understand where your school falls in the timeline. 11 years out is where that school falls. And that's the school they've used many times as a model, as an example of why the need is so real, which it is real.